With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Timber Nation! We will see you on Saturday afternoon! Riley Meister gets the point!
Smacked into left field! Say goodnight to that baseball!
This is another one! It's back to back jacks for KSU Tuscarawas! Needs the point, and it's alive! Hanson pushes it over! Unbelievable! We play on! It's blocked! We're tied! We're tied! Unbelievable!
For the final time in the regular season, Marlington looks to defend their home court as they welcome in the Canton South Wildcats. It's the Dukes and the Cats up next on SmeeSports as you are watching the OHSAA in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. Hello friends, Nathan Smee and Matt Toth on the call for you this evening. Two teams very similar records, 8-12 Marlington, 8-13 Canton South. Should be a good one tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Seems like it's shaping up to be a good one, like you just said. Both teams coming in with similar records. I haven't got to take the look at the stats just yet, but I'm going to guess they're in around the same. But, yeah, it should be an interesting one tonight. If both teams seem even, it should be really entertaining.
And you look at Canton South last year, 18-8. They made it all the way to the regional championship game, bowing out to Norwayne by 5. This year, a step back from that. But, of course, they had a big graduating class. Still a solid group. What do they have to do well tonight on the road to get this win against a very hungry and talented Marlington team, especially given what we saw from them on Monday night on their senior night, scoring 54?
I think you just got to be as hungry as Marlington tonight. I know, like you just said, they lost a lot of seniors, but you've had it now a couple games, more than a couple games actually, to regain that experience for your up-and-coming players. I think they got to come in just as hungry to win this game as Marlington to be successful.
And as for the Dukes, of course, a lot of the focus is on the future of this team. A lot of youngsters off the bench. Who needs to have a bigger impact coming off of the bench tonight? Cam Catania, who's been shooting the lights out from outside the arc, or Lillian Wittenstollner, the enforcer down low?
You know what? I'm going to say a bit of both. You have to have players off the bench to do everything. You need to have a good game in the paint, but if you can get that three ball and get it consistently going, that could be huge for Marlington tonight.
And with that in mind, we will toss things downstairs to our in-house PA announcer, who will get us underway with our pregame announcements. It's the Marlington Dukes and the Canton South Wildcats up next here on the SmeeSports YouTube channel.
Our children's team includes experts in sports medicine, athletic training, orthopedics, sports rehab, sports psychology, and nutrition. They work together to keep athletes at the top of their game. Learn more at akronchildrens.org/sportshealth. Marlington High School welcomes you to this interscholastic contest between Canton South High School and your Marlington Dukes. Tonight's game is sponsored by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Your attendance in support of the student athletes and coaches is appreciated by both schools. Though both teams are rivals, they are expected to display good sportsmanship throughout the contest, and we request the same from all fans. Everyone in attendance is reminded to respect the game. The officials assigned to this game have met the requirements set by the OHSAA and have been assigned based upon the process approved by the OHSAA's Board of Directors. The officials for this game are Dwayne Fowler, Troy Carter, and Chris Bazelhoff. We live in a country with freedoms like no other. To honor America, please stand and join in the playing of our national anthem. players in tonight's game. From Canton South High School, number 2, junior Ansley Horning. Number 10, senior Anaya Hall. Number 13, sophomore Amelia Hastings Peterson. Number 33, senior Ava Nolan. Number 35, senior Claire Howard. Assistant coaches, Joe Wastley, Tori Andres, Jory Oakley, and head coach, Paul Sarah. And now for your Lady Dukes. Number 1, sophomore Bailey Pease. Number 4, junior Marissa Walter. Number 12, senior Addison Wittensolder. Number 15, freshman Shelby Odie. And number 33, senior Gabby Sampson. Assistant coaches, Leah Coley, Jillian Hawk, Tyler Schuler, head coach, Nick Strummer.
Well, there you have it, our pregame introductions and our great work from the Sparkle team along with our overhead projector guy.
Yeah, you did a fantastic job. Shout out you, you know?
They brought me back after a one-day hiatus. They couldn't keep me away from the machine.
I don't think you could keep yourself away, to be honest.
I have too much fun with it. I really do enjoy doing that.
No, you should have seen the smile on your face. You're like a little kid in a candy shop.
Do you blame me?
No, I don't.
Either way, we're ready to go. An earlier tip-off. Once again, no JV. 6 o'clock opposed to 7. That changed throughout this season. Next year, that could change, but of course, we're still getting used to that new time. Does that affect Canton South as they're used to later starts?
I think, it might be superstitions. You never know.
Time locally is 6:04 on the dot as Canton South will win the opening tip, and we are ready to go. It's Wednesday night OHSAA basketball here in Alliance, Ohio at the Duke Dome. Canton South in their road gray jerseys, 8-13 on the year, averaging 35.1 points per game. And they will have to wait to get on the board as that one's out of bounds. Just a bit shy on the attempt, and a good job down low by Gabby Sampson poking it out.
Yeah, good start to the game for Canton South. Just see what they can build now.
And it looks like, at least from that small sample, it's going to be a lot of paint work and a lot of threes mixed in as this one's out of bounds once again off of Marlington. And the key to establishing a good paint game, as crazy as it sounds, establish the perimeter first.
Yeah, 100%. If you can spread them out, you can find the space in the paint.
And we'll see what they try to do here at the top. A wayward bounce off of Peterson. Picks it up at the end, goes up and down. And there's the game's first travel. A clear violation. Just hit a brick wall trying to go up for that shot. Went right back down with it. And Marlington, after a few pokes out of bounds, finally gets back the rock.
Yeah, let's see if they can start hot now.
That was the dream defensive start. The offense looks to do the same. Addison Wittensolder. Behind now, Walter. Marlington has a group nearly averaging 40 points a game at 39.8 to be exact. Wittensolder drives, nearly poked out from behind. Pete's cutting down low, and she instead will pass it to Odie. Shelby Odie, one of the two key figures of this offense, but as of late, it's been Bailey Peets running the table. There's the steal. It's Anaya Hall on the other end. Can't get it to go. Peets tips it wayward, and in the end, Addison Wittensolder gets enough of a piece to force the jump ball, and it goes back to the Dukes.
Great recovery in the transition there. You stop the points, you get the ball back. That's huge.
And you look at a player like Bailey Peets. She's not the tallest player on this squad by any stretch of the imagination, but she plays with so much grit down low in the paint.
100%, and it was fantastic hustle. I don't think the player expected her to be there.
Marlington once again trying to establish their offense. Odie goes top. Wittensolder has some space. Picks up Walter in the corner. Something to note about Marissa Walter. Before the game, I would say 45 minutes on the clock before the game started, she was practicing her threes. Sampson, no good on the first attempt, but good on the second. And Marlington will open up the scoring by going back to Marissa Walter. At least 50 shots from outside the arc, especially on that far side where she was.
Yeah, 100%. She looks like she was dialed in and staying dialed in for this game, hopefully.
And dialed in for that steal as here comes Walter and the Dukes offense. 6:17 on the clock in the opening frame. Addison Wittensolder, now Shelby Odie. Odie drives far side, Walter, her three. Not gonna be there, just too strong. But again, it's Bailey Peets the rebound, and Walter will reset outside the arc. on display. Pete's scrappiness in the paint. Now down low, Odie, an excellent cut. Bounce pass down low, and Sampson can't get it to fall. But a beautiful outlet pass there from Shelby Odie.
Yeah, they're able to get the ball in the paint very effectively. The finishing hasn't been yet, but I know once we've seen them, it takes them a second or two to get going offensively, but when they do, they're hot.
Very similar to the West Branch Warriors in that way. Peets gets a piece. Odie picks it up. There's the steal, and it's Bailey Peets in transition. Far side, Bailey will reset. Walter drives inside and draws the contact. But we saw it on Monday, and we've seen it all season. Odie gets the steals. Peets takes it in transition.
Yeah, obviously, I think the coaches must see something there, too, that they like that as well. But see what they can build with it.
And we get 2 more years of that connection as Peets is only a sophomore, Odie a freshman. This team is going to be very, very good next year and has a chance to do great things in the playoffs now. Walter drives far side, and it's good. That's where that extra work really pays off.
Yeah, and having 2 young stars just like that, you've got 2 years with them. It's time to start building that good connection now.
Howard driving down low, and it'll be a travel. The second one on Canton South today. And, of course, shutting down Claire Howard is going to be a key task for this defense, given her height. That's why you're bringing in the freshman Lillian Wittensoldner, along with Cam Catania coming in as well for Marlington. You look at least the three-point shooting of this team, Peets and Catania are going to lead the team next year in that category, barring injuries.
100%, I agree with you on that.
Even if she's a six-man, Catania is going to be maybe the sixth man of the year in the conference. She has that much upside for this Dukes team. Wittensoldner off her foot and out of bounds. But she's had a couple of double-digit performances as of late. When she is on outside the arc, she can't miss.
100%. And right now is probably the perfect time to get hot going into the playoffs.
We saw it last time with Marlington's boys team. It took them a long time to find their first 3. If the Lady Dukes can correct that tonight, that would be big for them, as again they force a travel. The game's third on Canton South.
I missed that one there. I don't know if you saw it, but
I didn't think that one was as clear-cut as the other 2. Of course, the first one, she went up and down.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know if that one was completely clear or not.
Wittensoldner, trapped, now picks up Catania in the corner. Far side picks up Addison Wittensoldner. 4:30 on the clock in the opening frame. Addison directing traffic, has Lillian Wittensoldner at the top, picks her up in the end. It's a give and go. Wittensoldner squared. Addison at the free throw line, pivoting again, goes top. It's Rosalind McCarty in the game for the first time tonight. Down low, Lillian Wittensoldner over Howard, it's good. A perfect all-around play for the Marlington offense.
Yeah, it took them some time to find some space in the paint there, but when they did, they were effective with the ball.
That's one of the best setups that we've seen from them all season. That floater off kilter for Canton South. Could have been an over-the-back foul. They're not going to get the call in the end. It's Peterson. Her 3 airballed, and it's poked out of bounds by Canton South. Going back to that one, I think they missed the foul.
Yeah, I think so too. Obviously, we see the game a little bit differently up here, but I also think that was a foul as well.
I think she used those shoulders as leverage, and that's the key. You can jump over somebody. That is not an issue. If you use the back or shoulders as leverage, that's where the over-the-back foul is called most times.
Yep.
3:45 on the clock in the first. Odie takes it all the way herself for the and one. My goodness, Shelby Odie.
That was a fantastic move.
She just has gotten so much better as this season has progressed.
Absolutely. I think the team as a whole, they've slowly figured it out and gotten hot now. It's, again, perfect timing for them.
It's those physical finishes, and you'll see it's Pete's right here on the replay. Or rather, it's Odie the whole way. Correction. And just slips through that entire defense and finds a way to sink it.
Yeah, it was an excellent move.
That's one of her best baskets all season. And it's Marlington up 8-0 on Canton South. I would say a better start than they had on Monday night, even with, of course, them trading baskets. Going back to it, Ella Wittensoldner a chance to get one final career basket given her injury. But after that, Alliance still found a way to score from the field. And the end one is good for Shelby Odie. This Marlington team, so aggressive and so physical. And Odie again, this time the defense picks up the steal. Down low, Addison Wittensoldner just outside the paint. McCarty in the wing, drives inside, has the outlet, it's Odie. And she can keep it in front of the timeline. Marlington looking for a kill shot to open up the contest tonight. At the top, Addison Wittensoldner. 3:25 on the clock in the first quarter. McCarty again from the elbow. Now Odie. A lot of good movement on this possession for Marlington. And Odie can't get it to fall, but a great shot nonetheless. The setup was there for the Marlington offense. And Canton South, they need to set up their offense. Instead, it's out of play, and it goes the other way. And that could have been a fourth travel in the opening 5 minutes on the Wildcats.
Yeah, this Ben certainly saw it better than we did since they were facing that way, but I thought it was a travel there too.
Just too much of that stutter from Peterson trying to get rid of it. Marlington once again, their eyes on a kill shot. Odie's three, just a bit shy on the double bounce. And it's picked up by Canton South. Excellent scrappiness down low by Ainsley Horning. She takes it coast to coast. Too strong off the glass. Rebounds down low for Gordon. And it'll be free throws for Canton South. They have to find a way to get on the board here.
100%. You don't want that kill shot. But I think Marlington's had an excellent start tonight. They've started hot. We've seen this team start slow and really struggle to pick up the pace going into that first of the halftime, but they've really started hot tonight.
And pretty much the first 3 or 4 games that we saw for them, that's exactly what happened as the first is no good. Going back to it, Carrollton, they had a chance. They just couldn't really find their footing in that game. Northwest, from start to finish, it was all Indians. After that, West Branch.
Yeah.
A faster start, I think we're talking about a team who upended the eventual conference champs.
100.
Second one, also no good. She misses both, and it's Lillian Witten-Solder the rebound. Keep in mind, she committed the foul before and now commits the travel. The first of the night for Marlington, and that has been their Achilles heel all season.
Yeah, I mean, there was not much she could do there. Obviously getting double-teamed, there wasn't much for her to do.
Just had to try to make the most of it. On the inbound, corner three for Canton South, and it's just a bit long. McCarty's going to box out and let it go. That's the right call there. No need to try and be overly aggressive. Hall couldn't knock it down, and Marlington takes back the rock. With this defense forcing plenty of mistakes from Canton South. Odie on the inbound, able to pick up Cam Catania, the freshman. One of the biggest standouts from the second half of this season for Marlington. And that time just too much to handle. Horning pokes it free. And here comes the Wildcats. And it's going to be kicked away. So 2:29 on the clock in the opening frame. 9-0 Marlington.
I think really they've been transitioning well. I think that's been the biggest killer for Canton South is that Marlington just transitions spectacularly tonight.
And they haven't really been able to set up their offense as efficiently as they would have hoped tonight. High pass down low. Gordon somehow keeps it alive. Picks up Hall. And the Wildcats somehow can't get it to fall. Unlucky on the roll. And here comes Bailey Peets. Catania's three in transition. Wide left. Odie goes over the back. And that one's a clear foul.
Whew, that was a scary one there. Yeah, that was clearly a foul, though.
Once again, there's leverage.
Yep. You were just talking about it, too.
If the OHSAA wants to show that clip for any officials as to what an over-the-back foul is, be our guest. As clear-cut as it gets there.
Yeah, 100%.
If you're Canton South, you have to kind of disregard the score from Marlington. You have to find a basket in this first quarter. And just shy on the attempt again, and overshooting the second. It stays 9-0. This Marlington defense allowing nothing from the Canton South Wildcats. And that is going to be a big storyline as Marlington usually allows 45 points per game. Far side, Bailey Peets. Her three. Just a bit long and taken in by Gordon. A strong rebound by the 5'9 senior. Once again, all the pressure on Canton South. Horning tries to drive and it's out of bounds off the knee. And it goes right back to the Dukes.
Wow. This has been a spectacular start for the Dukes. I think it's one of those things, as we've seen them play more games, this team has just gelled and gotten better as a whole, and it's really showing. They've been a fantastic start tonight.
And you're missing two key contributors due to injury. You have to keep that in mind. Ella Witten-Solder, her season ended against Carrollton on the road, and Chloe Evanich, I believe, her season ended against Carrollton.
Yeah, obviously they would love to have them back, but, I mean, they've been doing just good without them as well, and that's what's good. They have the people to be good. They have a younger core. They could really grow really well.
At this point in the season, from a year ago, you lose 4 of your 5 starters. That includes Witten-Solder, but the Gills and Zoe Mort, you have the same amount of wins as you did last year. A chance to get over that threshold here and get win number 9. And from there, either beat Hoover or beat Cleveland Central. You'll have 10+ wins on the year. Witten-Solder unlucky on the finish. Catania picks up the pieces and draws the foul. But I feel like that would speak volumes as to what Nick Strompel has done for this group in year number 2.
Yeah, no, he's done a fantastic job. He has really built something here. They really bought into his system. It seems like we said, they have 4 seniors, one who is out for the season, you have a young squad. You can really build for next season, which is, I think, fantastic. And if they beat their win total, you've got a lot of momentum going into that offseason.
If they beat Hoover, then that changes the season completely. Winsoner falling on that one, an aggressive play, but the jump ball in favor of Canton South. And, of course, for Nick Strumpel, that's the first time that he gets to go back to his old stomping grounds.
Yeah, I'm sure he wants to win there, of course, but
he told me that he wanted to play them last year, but had to wait until this year, as this was the first time he really got to build his own schedule. McCarty, a clean defensive stop, stood there like a statue. Here comes Catania. Off the bank, it rolls out again. There are lids on the rim. You can't convince me otherwise. Howard's going to try here. The bank once again won't open. Her putback, though, is good, and Canton South is on the board, avoiding the kill shots.
it was good for them to get something going.
How did half of those not go in?
I think there is a lid on the rims tonight.
Odie kicks it out wide on a nice pass, picking up McCarty. Faking down low, pivoting. It's a nice job keeping that foot set. But instead it goes the other way on the violation. And if you're Canton South here, sink a 3 before the end of the first quarter or even a 2. And that changes the dynamic of how this opening 8 minutes went.
Absolutely. They need to, in these last 20 seconds, at least get something to build momentum going into that second quarter.
Establish a mid-range game or establish a three-point game. How are you going to try and win? That's the question. They've won with as low as 27 points in a game this season, and that was the opener against Louisville, a team that just dropped 67 on this Marlington squad. The mid-range not going to be there. 3 seconds on the clock. Odie has it stripped. One last chance at the buzzer. It's good, and they count it.
That was a really nice buzzer beater.
We're going to watch that one back, but it's Anaya Hall putting it away just before the horn. All of that was her defense right there. That grittiness created a free opportunity from 9-2 to 9-4, only a 5-point game through one. And as we said, this really changes the dynamic and the view of that opening frame. The question is, do we think she got it off in time?
100%.
I think she just did. An excellent attempt from her getting the job done, but through one in Alliance, Ohio. It's the Dukes up by 5 on SmeeSports.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Welcome back to Marlington High School. 1 quarter in the books, and I believe it's the same exact score from yesterday, 9-4. We had that at one point in that first quarter. Of course, we had 66-61 as the final. Not expecting that tonight, but an interesting first quarter. Throughout the opening 4 minutes, all Marlington's offense. Then from there, nothing. And then finally, Canton South, they get points to end the first.
Yeah, Marlington has started high. Obviously, kind of like slow down a little bit, but now they're going to see if we can pick back up the pace.
And they're going to be aggressive down low. Sampson picks up Walter. The mid-range just shy, but Sampson keeps it alive. But Horning right there to intercept for Canton South. If the Wildcats can get a nice little run assembled here, that could really swing momentum. Hall just a bit shy on her shot, and it's Sampson the rebound. Marlington, they got to find some offense. They got to establish something here. And Bailey Pete's one of those big catalysts, and it's going to be a carry. A lot of uncanny mistakes from this Marlington team in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, obviously, we haven't seen that much from them. They've been well disciplined as a team. Oh. Again, another tiny mistake there. You didn't want that kickball, but, I mean, it looked like she was playing soccer there.
Well, soccer's not too far away. The snow's melting at least.
Yeah, obviously it would be nice to be outside and play some soccer soon.
Well, the Mount Union teams, they're practicing.
Yep.
On the frozen turf. Good old Wable Field. What a beautiful venue. Howard picks up Hall just outside the paint. Tries finding Gordon, but intercepted. And the Dukes are off to the races. It's Bailey Peets in the corner. Out wide, Addison Witten-Soldner. And Gordon right there to close down. Now the drive, Walter. Sampson tiptoes the timeline, or rather the baseline. And can't keep it alive as it's out of play. And back to the Wildcats.
Yeah, both teams, they just need to get something going now. They've been slow, kind of uncanny mistakes. Which team's going to be able to fix those is what's going to really get hot going into halftime now.
And if you're Canton South, you have a great head coach and Walt Serrato in year number 2, 26-21 record. He just brought this group to a regional final last year. The pedigree is still there.
100%.
Horning out wide, a deep three for Hall. Just can't get it to go, but Gordon scoops up the rebound. It's a second chance, quickly squandered as Peets has the steal. And there it is, a reach-in foul is going to be on Hall getting too aggressive.
Yeah, she's really hustled tonight defensively as well, and obviously kind of get unlucky there with the reach-in foul. So
there's a difference between physicality and overcommitting yourself to the play. That was a simple example of overcommitting to the play. But Marlington still scoreless along with the Wildcats in this second quarter. You got to find a way to change that here. It's Odie driving through traffic and cleanly blocked by Howard. That looked almost effortless for her. And here she comes in transition. Can't get the assist as it's missed by Gordon. And Walter picks up the pieces for Marlington. And it's overshot in the end. But what a clean play.
No, that looked effortless.
That's one of the best defensive plays that we've seen all season.
100%.
In the words of the great Austin Carr, get that weak stuff out of here. Going back to the peak days of the Cavs, of course, still Tim Elkhorn on the radio for them.
Yeah, legendary call. Get that.
You got to go back to that call out from the LeBron days.
Oh, come home, LeBron.
5:45 on the clock in the first half. That drive shy from Peterson, and it's Sampson again the rebound. It was Addison Witten-Stillner with all the boards on Monday. Now it's Gabby Sampson.
Yeah, it's good to have players, multiple players that can get boards.
Pete's far side, Walter in the corner, driving far side, under the baseline and picked up by Howard. There is just no getting past her right now in the paint.
No, she's a brick wall in that paint, and it's really worked out for Canton South because they haven't been able to, Marlington hasn't been able to figure out how to get past her yet.
And Hall again draws the contact, and she will have free throws. So 5:15 on the clock in the first half, and we have not had a basket yet in the second quarter.
Yeah. They're like, I think we said it a handful of times, there's lids on the basket tonight.
We'll see if that changes here. And it does. We do indeed have points in the second quarter. And it's Annalise Hall, her first free throw made, tying the game high of 3 with Odie. And a chance to take a game high 4. And she will. It's really crazy to say that a 4 is a game high right now, but that's all the credit to the defenses.
Yeah.
And there it is again from Canton South. Back within 3, a chance to tie it up here if they play their cards right. Already on a 6-0 run, spanning back to the last quarter. Peterson goes far side. 4:55 on the clock in the first half. Horning in the wing, trying to find that space. High point pass, it's Peterson. Down low, Hall in traffic. Just denied by the iron, but Howard puts it away. A 9-0 run for Marlington to start, and then the response from Canton South, an 8-0 run. And there's a double team. Odie gets out of the coffin corner, drives through 4 of the 5 Wildcats, but runs into the 5th. No getting past Howard. Hall, a wide open chance. And there's the kill shot for Canton South. Timeout, Coach Strumpel.
Yeah, I think right there you had to have called the timeout. Canton South has seemed to slow down their offense just that tiny bit, and that's what's been really effective for them.
We talked about Marlington getting that kill shot in the first. Instead, it's Canton South.
Yeah, I don't know if we necessarily expected it. I thought we were thinking maybe it was going to go to Marlington with how they started. But, man, good start for Canton South in the second half.
And yet again, it's Claire Howard in the paint. You're not going to get past her.
She makes it look effortless in the paint.
Odie once again dribbled through 4 Wildcats pretty much effortlessly. She gets to Howard, game over.
100%.
Honestly, for Canton South, you might go to her in this timeout and say, you know what? Forget rest. You're playing all 32 tonight.
You know, they might have to. I mean, her size, she's just so much taller than everyone else. And Canton South has really taken advantage of that in the paint.
And I think the ref's trying to make sure there's no audio on him down there. J-Rod's camera down there doing a great job as usual, but the officials, they always have some fun. Out of the timeout, Marlington needs an answer down for the first time tonight. McCarty goes top. Addison Witten-Soldner in the double team to the corner. Wide open look. It's McCarty, and it's shy. Rebound picked up by Hall, and the Wildcats once again are off to the races. It's Anaya Hall, too strong off the glass, and McCarty says, give me that. A great rebound there from Rosalind, and they're going to call it over and back, a backcourt violation, and it goes right back to the Wildcats. And here comes Cam Catania back in the game.
Yeah, just another small mistake from Marlington here. Their momentum is really, really slowed down. But I think if you're Canton South now, you've got that momentum. Build on it.
If they can pull away here in this first half, even 15 will be pulling away at this point.
100%.
And that's crazy to say, but that's just the game script that we've had so far. More of a defensive game. A combined 19 points. We saw 24 last night in the first half from Carrollton.
Yeah. I mean, the defenses have been fun to watch, I'll say.
Howard, high pass to the near wing. A beautiful outlet pass, and the three is good. Unfortunately, we don't have a number 20 on our roster. We're going to have to get clarification at halftime. But going back to that, what a pass from Claire Howard in the corner.
Absolutely. They are hot. They've been doing fantastic. They've been moving the ball well.
I don't know for sure if Canton South has flag football. If they do, Claire Howard, go be QB1 and go win your team a state title. She might be able to do it with that kind of passing.
Oh, 100%.
And there's Witten-Soldner with the finish. The run will end there. Marlington is back within 2, but a 13-0 kill shot for Canton South.
Yeah, those 2 points for Marlington are huge.
Yet another kickball violation.
That's been, what, number 3 now?
It's only when you're here that we have the kickball violations. We're going to have 10 in the EBC Championship game on Saturday, aren't we?
Probably. Too hyped for soccer, as we were talking about it pregame.
If you ask Bryce, he's too hyped for baseball season. Once again, the countdown's on. 17 days until baseball season is here. And we'll have Tri-C and Bay, a doubleheader. Once again, Michigan's the place to be for JUCO baseball, and we'll see 3 teams in the middle of the season. It's Odie with the steal in transition, and there's the 2. We're tied up at 13.
Fantastic move to just knock it over the head and get the ball and just run with it.
And there's the steal from Cam Catania. Marlington finding their footing once again. Witten-Soldner driving in the paint, and she is fouled. A bit of resurgence here from the Marlington Dukes.
Yeah, I think we've seen this multiple times where Marlington just goes on hot and cold streaks. They're obviously now back in that hot streak.
And then silence.
And then silence.
First of 2, no good for Witten-Soldner. But going back to it, Michigan for JUCO baseball, we see 3 different teams. Bay, Kellogg, and Lansing. Lansing and Kellogg are top 25.
Yeah, obviously I would like to see the state of Ohio be a little bit better. Because, you know.
Don't worry, Lorain County's getting there with Jake Solomon, so.
They're getting.
Give them some time. Give them some time, I'm telling you.
I think Bryce disagreed.
An old Tri-C assistant. He learned from the best.
100%.
That one as well, no good for Witten-Soldner. She misses both. And Canton South a chance to retake their lead. A game of runs so far as expected. A 9-0 for Marlington, followed by a 13-0 run for Canton South, and then a 4-0 run for Marlington, which will continue as it's blocked out of bounds by Lillian Witten-Soldner.
Yeah, I think Howard was looking for a foul there.
I think she was, but that was clean.
Yeah, no, 100%. That was clean. Just a great move.
On the inbound, Hall in the corner, driving on the baseline. Her floater too strong. Howard the rebound, put back too shy. Gets her own miss. Again, no good. One more chance and she is fouled.
I think she got 3 offensive rebounds right there. She just makes it look so effortless in the paint.
All she has to do is extend her hands and arms. Nobody else, I think, on the court right now is 6 foot. Maybe Witten-Soldner is. We don't have any heights on her. I think Ella Witten-Soldner was 6 foot tall, I think. Don't quote me on that one. Lillian might be a little bit shorter.
Yeah, I mean, we have Howard listed at 6'2". I mean, she is...
I believe it.
Yeah, I mean, she's a good 3 inches taller than anyone, in my opinion.
And then from there, you go to wingspan.
Yeah, the wingspan. I think she's got the biggest wingspan out here tonight.
I think so, too. And she plays so well with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And she's fantastic in the paint tonight.
The second for Howard. Rolls around, no good. There is a horn that sounds. It's not going to matter as play continues.
Oop.
And there it is again. And Howard just tosses a Duke to the ground trying to go for the ball. That was Addison Witten-Soldner who took a tumble. And I think they might have to reset because they sounded the buzzer to have a sub too soon.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. I kept looking back at the scores.
They did double down. I'm going to say that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was all in. Yeah, the score of the buzzer's like, yeah, that's on me.
I think that's Cam Evanich. Actually, no, it's not the guy next to Cam Evanich. But speaking of him, 33 points last night. I know they lost by 5, but what a game for him. He was so dominant and so fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. 33 points in any performance is huge.
Less than 2 minutes to go in the first half. There's the steal for Canton South, and the jump ball does keep it with the Wildcats. But this team, since going down 9-0, they have gone on a 14-4 run.
Yeah, that's huge.
And that includes a 13-0 kill shot. A lower scoring affair than may be expected tonight, but still, Canton South, they're taking their opportunities and making the most of it. That time, not quite. It's Catania with the steal, and she takes it coast to coast for the 2. It's Marlington back up by 1, and Catania is on the board for the first time tonight. Once again, one to watch for the future. Horning, her 3 to respond. Just too strong, and it's Addison Witten stolen to the rebound ahead of the Wildcats. And Marlington a chance to really put their foot down here. 1:20 left to go in the first half. Addison Witten stolen at the top. Plays it out wide, Cam Catania. Catania drives far side, her layup just a bit shy, and picked up there by Berkwin. Berkwin, the freshman, listed at 5'5". Hall to the paint, that mid-range rolls around and falls. Another nice little midi here for Canton South. And that's the first basket of the night for the senior Lily Knoll. And it's the Wildcats back up by 1. There's the whistle. I think another kickball?
I didn't see it. They're definitely discussing something. We'll see what the call is.
I don't think that signal was correct.
White ball.
That's all we needed to know, really. They're trying to make sure it was a foul and not a kickball because that's the big discrepancy. It's going to be a foul. Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I don't think that ball got kicked.
I don't think it was anywhere near the feet, so I was really confused when you said kickball.
I saw the signal.
Yeah, I did too, and I'm like, I was a little confused.
A little taken aback there.
I didn't see what. Did you see what the call ended up being?
I think it was just a basic hit.
All right.
Peach to inbound, running out of time. Picks up Witten Cylinder, and the Dukes will run their offense. 45 seconds on the clock in the first half. It's Peets just inside the paint, and it's good. And Bailey Peets has her first basket of the night. And Marlington's back up by 1. A great back and forth affair so far this evening. 30 seconds left to go in the first half, and Marlington takes it right back.
Yeah, that's huge for them to get the ball back there. They're kind of starting to build something. Both teams are really kind of getting hot now, kind of getting the later stretch of the second quarter.
And I want to point something out. Who's not on the floor for Canton South?
Howard, Claire Howard.
When did Marlington make their big strides?
When she was out of the paint.
There you have it. That is going to be the key thing to watch, especially in the second half, and that's a clear travel.
Yeah, not much you could do, just lost balance. There really isn't much you can do about that.
No surprise, here comes Howard.
There, yep.
You have to bring her back in the game here.
100%. She has been dominant on the defensive side of the ball.
If I'm Canton South, you take a 3, maybe 8 seconds on the clock. She gets the rebound if not. That would be my play here. High pass, Peterson. 8 seconds left to go, and it's Catania the steal. Nobody close, and she will lay it in. Back-to-back baskets for her come off of steals, and that'll do it for the first half. Cam Catania the difference right now for the Marlington Dukes.
100%. Those steals have been fantastic for the Dukes.
We'll watch it back here on the replay, Matt, but yet again, she just knows how to read that passing lane so well.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fantastic job just to be able to read it and then take it in for an easy bucket there.
After going down to Canton South, you had to find an answer. Down by as many as 4, you lead by 3 at the half. What are your thoughts on the opening 16 minutes?
Yeah, they've been fantastic. Both teams have kind of found their stride slowly. We saw a really slow start, but they've really built something.
I mean, so far, so good for Marlington's offense. Obviously, that big 9-0 run. They've had struggles since then. What do they have to do in the second half to avoid another kill shot and avoid a comeback effort from Canton South, who is still well within this game?
I think consistency is going to be my answer. I think you need to get out of your cold streaks just a little bit quicker.
At the half here at Marlington High School, it is Marlington up 19-16 on the Canton South Wildcats as you are watching OHSAA basketball on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Before we get back to the action, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts in the Cleveland or Stark County area, contact us at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. Thank you to Heather Prince of Howard Hanna, along with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance, our streaming partner, for making tonight's telecast possible. At the half here at the Duke Dome, it's Marlington up 19-16 on Canton South as you are watching the OHSAA in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. Up here in the press box, I'm Nathan Smee. Alongside me tonight, Matt Toth. An interesting first half. I feel like as basketball is called a game of runs, the opening 12 minutes of the game really defined that.
Yeah, 100%. We saw two big runs and kind of the lids on the basket at the same time, but kind of going back into that end of the second quarter, we saw the floodgates kind of open there, I think. But for both teams, really kind of finding their form, really got down to being able to play their own pace on offense. That was huge.
And a lot of that came down to Cam Catania's defense into offense. She has 4 points tonight. 2 steals, 2 transition baskets.
And those have been a massive 4 points.
And I believe they were the last 4 points for this Marlington offense. Other than that, Witten-Stollner has 4. Odie has a team-high 5. But I feel like Cam Catania, when it's all said and done, she could be the leading scorer for Marlington. As for Canton South, it's Anaya Hall who has 6, who leads the way for both teams combined as we are ready to go. 16 minutes on the clock and counting. Back to the action. Marlington basketball to begin the third quarter. It's Pete's top of the arc. So far, only 2 points for her. She has had a couple of great offensive outings as of late, still trying to find her footing in this one. Witten-Stollner down low, beautiful cut. Shelby Odie as she clearly steps out of bounds.
Yeah, quick start there for Marlington's offense.
They tried going fast down below the basket, just couldn't get enough real estate down there. And again, it's going to come down to how Claire Howard plays, or really how much she does play in this second half.
Yeah, she's been so dominant in the paint that it's really made an effect for Marlington.
It's Howard just outside the paint, and the mid-range is good. It's basically bully ball for her. And she has a game-high 7 points. A true 5 here for Canton South. Walter under the basket, pokes it out of bounds. And I believe that last touch, either Howard or Knoll, either way, it's Marlington basketball.
Yeah, 100%. Good for Marlington for getting the ball back. It's just huge to get some momentum going now.
And I want them to set up a more methodical offense here. If there's an open shot, of course, take it. But I want them to be more intentional. And there's an offensive foul. I think it's going to be on Gabby Sampson for the elbow in the paint.
Yeah, I think it was.
And there it is, based on the chagrin on her face. But you have to set up a more convincing offense. Play around the perimeter. As we said early, the best way to establish your paint game is to get eyes looking on the perimeter. So that way, when you cut, they're not expecting it.
Yeah, you got to play your players, kind of spread them out in the paint, or you try to get Claire out.
And there's the travel, just went up and down with it.
Yeah, I was going to say, though, you got to get Claire Howard out of the paint if you're Marlington.
I don't think you're going to be able to. Unless she subs out. I think she's anchored basically within maybe a 5-inch radius just outside of it like we saw on that mid-range.
Yeah, 100%.
And that time playing the key, gets a piece of it, but Addison Witten-Stollner keeps it with the Dukes. And there's the foul on the reach-in. It's going to be on Horning. First foul of the second half on Canton South. But looking at the Wildcats so far, a very strong response. Going down 9-0 on the road, most teams, that would be where they call it a really curtain call, and that's it.
Yeah, 100%. They've got a really great hustle to be able to overturn that.
Odie's corner 3, just a bit long, and there it is. Yet another rebound for Claire Howard. Just such a great figure down low. Horning tries to draw the foul, can't get it to go, but there's the putback and the basket. It's Canton South up by 1. And now again, the buzzer will sound. We're going to see here what they call. Was it a premature buzzer?
I have no clue.
My question is, does the basket count? If so, I believe that would be the second basket of the game for Lily Knoll. So now Cam Evanis, she is giving his explanation from the scorer's table. And now they're going to the books, it looks like. So an interesting one there. This is the best angle that we have down below on the floor. And I think we're going to have a conference between the officials. So one is satisfied with his answer. Now the other one's called over to get an explanation. And I think now it's time to go to Coach Strumpel. The point is going to be good. It's actually going to be Horning with the basket. Canton South is up by 1. Okay, there we go. Offensive fouls on the wrong side, and that's what it was. That makes sense why you stopped play then there.
Yeah, 100%.
Back to the action after a quick hiatus. Walter in the double team, nowhere else to go. Flings it inside the paint. Sampson, now Odie, has Pete's wide open in the corner. And there's the foul. Otherwise, that would have been a clean look for Bailey Peets.
Yeah, the only issue when you're double teaming players, you're going to leave someone open. Canton South kind of got lucky there with, even though they drew a foul, you kind of got lucky with not giving up that 3.
And the issue with that foul was that is Horning's third. And she will sub out for the time being, probably for the foreseeable future. Odie hit from behind, no foul called. It's a clean steal for Canton South. And here they come, trying to go coast to coast. Instead, it's Shelby Odie with the steal. Another strong defensive play for the freshman, and she will set the offense now for Marlington. She sees Howard, she turns around.
Yeah, I would too.
That's the business decision you have to make right there. Peets, her corner 3 is good!
That's a huge corner 3.
The first 3 of the night for Marlington, and the first 3 to fall overall.
I think the floodgates might have opened for the 3s now.
All it takes is one, especially for a player like Bailey Peets. Howard down low, beautiful outlet pass, it's Hall, and the bank opens up again.
Yeah, Marlington just chose to double team her, and you saw the effects. Another open player was just ready there in the paint.
All tied up at 22 apiece. And if you're Bailey Peets, be consistent outside the arc. See what happens. That time, not going to get the lucky bounce, but Walter picks up the rebound. 5:05 on the clock in the third. Odie hooks outside. Witten-Soldner, far corner, picks up Peets. And it's going to be a foul before the pass. And I think pretty much every single time it's going to be Bailey Peets outside the arc saying, give me the ball, and when you do, it's catch and release.
100%, and you were this close, so close to getting Claire Howard out of that paint too. She just had to move out because there was no one marking. I can't remember who.
Well, they do move her out of the paint as she is being subbed out of the game for the time being.
Yeah, that's huge for Marlington.
And this one is over the timeline, not touched by Witten-Soldner, so she can set the offense. And nearly walked with it.
Yeah,
Did a nice job staying set. And Marlington this time able to clear the timeline. But now they call it over and back. It's going to be a backcourt violation. She passed it too quick. I think based on the time of the pass, she was still in the backcourt.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that one, to be honest with you, Smee.
I don't really necessarily see it there. I could if it was more clear cut.
I don't think it was very clear cut, in my opinion.
In my opinion, it's not. And Odie once again tried for that kickball. She tried twice. Soccer season still a little bit away. I can tell you, the Marlington Soccer Stadium, it is currently covered in snow.
Yeah, you wouldn't be wanting to play soccer right now in this weather.
Peterson, her 3, just a bit shallow. Gordon fought for the rebound. Instead, it's Hall picking it up for Canton South, and they will reset. Out wide, Peterson, down low. There's the contact, and a late foul is called. It's going to be Ava Nolan, the senior, at the line for Canton South.
Yeah, that's huge for Canton South to be able to have a chance at getting 2 free points. It's going to be a big momentum builder as well.
What do you think about that call, given how late it was?
I never am a fan of late calls, to be honest with you.
So 2 chances for Canton South to retake the lead. And all it takes is 1.
Yep. I'm never a big fan of late calls. It just seems like hesitation.
And I think Bryce had the same exact thing of his issue with the one game we did. I think it was the Padua CVCA game afterwards, which, of course, had a lot of issues in that fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm. I think it's one of those things as a ref, you just can't hesitate with your calls.
If you're going to make that decision, you got to make that decision.
Yeah, 100%. It's why it's our job.
And why we need all the rest we can. She will split the pair, but I think somebody left early for Marlington. It was McCarty on the stumble. I like how they let that free throw still go, though.
Yeah, 100%. I think Wittensolder just was a little excited to get going.
I thought McCarty. It was somebody on the near side.
Yeah.
And nearly did it again. That one's no good, but she gets the rebound.
Yeah, I think both players are just a little excited to get back going.
And it's picked up by Canton South, but thrown out of play. Peterson just missed timing that pass over towards Gordon. And here's the timeout call by Canton South. They want to talk things over. And as they do, we will step aside. 4:11 on the clock in the third. It's Canton South up by 1 in a close one on SmeeSports.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Before we get back to the action, time to take a look at our broadcast schedule for the rest of the week. No longer doing the wrestling match tomorrow, so tomorrow night is an off night for us. But that sets the stage for a massive weekend. 3 great games tipping off within a 24-hour span on SmeeSports. We get the party started on Friday night at 6 p.m. with a SmeeSports pregame show. Some will see Alliance Canfield with myself and Bryce on the call. Others will see Holy Name Padua at Padua with Cam Ragazzo on the call. Both games starting at around 7 p.m. Then on Valentine's Day, a great matchup. It's Alliance and West Branch boys basketball for the Eastern Buckeye Conference title. The winner of that game would be 9-1 in conference play. A lot on the line come Saturday evening. Make sure you tune in to both broadcasts, or in that case, all 3, as Odie takes it coast to coast and gets the foul called and the baskets.
That was electric. There's no other way to describe it. She had the ball, and nothing was stopping her.
She's done that same exact thing twice now, going coast to coast.
I think both times Howard has been out of the game when it's happened, too.
And that's key. That is the 3rd foul as well on Hall.
Yeah, Canton South starting to get in a little bit of foul trouble.
And just like the first one, the end one is good for Odie. She now has 8 points. 25-23. A highly contested matchup as expected tonight. Berkwin, top of the key, Gordon. High point pass out of bounds right off of Nolan. Marlington really finding their footing in the 3rd. But still a very, very close game. Neither team is comfortable.
No, 100%. Both teams are kind of on the edge. I think offensively, both teams are playing their own style and playing their own pace, but the defenses have been excellent tonight.
If Odie and Catania, along with Peets, can get hot outside the arc, it's game over. McCarty nearly losing that one. Mid-range for Odie, and she is fouled.
Yeah, I heard the slap from here.
I did as well, but Shelby Odie, just such a great shot creator, not only for herself, but for her teammates.
Yeah, 100%. And you need someone like that. You can't hog all the points. You got to share some. And if you can create for your team, that's huge.
So 2 chances here for Shelby Odie. Make both, you're in double figures. First of 2 is good. And if you make this one on top of getting into double figures, you give your team a 2-possession lead. So Canton South trying to sub, and they will get it in the end. It's going to be Howard back in the game.
Yeah, no surprise there.
And that, of course, in response means Wittensel and their flop sides. You have to try and match that height. Odie trying to get to 10 points. Survey says yes. As well, Odie 4 for 4 from the charity stripe tonight. Marlington up by 4. Their biggest lead in this second half.
Yeah, and I think if Marlington were able to build momentum, those 4 points from the charity stripe are going to be huge.
Howard well outside the paint. Down low, Gordon. Gordon will drive inside, and it's good. So just like that, back to a 2-point game. And that is Gordon's first basket of the night as well. Peach to the corner. Catania's 3. off the side iron. Kind of missed on that inner edge on the far side. Canton South back within 2. Here comes the offense trying to tie the game back up. But Odie says not so fast. There is the steal for Shelby Odie, taking it all the way herself, and the bank will open. Shelby Odie now with 12.
That was a huge steal, and Marlington's been really great at just being able to jump the ball or steal it.
Gordon high pass out of bounds, and the miscues continue. It goes right back to the Dukes. So far this season, Marlington at home 3-5, a chance to improve to 4-5, and then beyond that, you win your playoff game, you break even at home this season. And going back to last year, 4-6 at home. Same amount of games played in your own stadium. Could be a better outcome this time.
Yeah, 100%.
Odie far side for Peets, and Peets knocks it down! Bailey Peets now with 8, and Marlington has their biggest lead in a long while, up by 7.
Yeah, Marlington's really getting hot now. And Canton South elects to take a timeout. I think that's a good call right there. You let him get hot.
Marlington, they are on fire at this point. You go back once again, 54-33 on Monday. Before that, in their latest win, 43-40. They can score.
Yeah, they can score, and it's one of those things, when Marlington gets hot, they get fire hot. There's nothing stopping them when they get hot.
And the key for them is scoring above 40. They have only won one game this year with scoring less than 40 points.
And you're only 8 points away from that with 2:15 left here in the third.
The one tough thing to go along with it, you've scored 40 in a loss against Carrollton, Dalton, West Branch, Lake, and Poland. And that Poland one was a tough buzzer beater, of course, on the Seminarians' senior day.
Yeah, obviously, if you can get there, it puts you in a better chance. And for Marlington, all you need is that chance.
Now, 50, just like Holy Name, that's enough to win.
100%.
That was their thing before the season started. Every win, they scored 50+. And they, of course, at least since then, have broken out of it. Odie with the steal, and here comes Marlington in transition, and it's poked away. Strong hustle by the Wildcats to get back on defense. And here comes another change. It looks to be Peterson coming back in. If you knock down a 3, this would be your first double-digit lead of the game.
Be huge for Marlington.
If not, a 2 would give you your tied biggest lead at 9. Peets down low, Wittensoldner over Howard. Howard overcommits, and it's free throws for Lillian Wittensoldner.
Yeah, Howard just jumped a little bit early there. Not much else she could have done, potentially. So that's a big pickup for Marlington to draw a foul on Howard.
And once again, this is a very young team, given who they lost last year. You're now 2 years removed from Chelsea Evanich, 3 years removed from Elizabeth Mason. This team looking to get back to where they were with both Mason and Evanich at the helm years ago.
Yeah, obviously, having that young core, you want to build on it. And I think Marlington's done a fantastic job of that.
I think next year is going to be a breakout year for this team.
100%.
They have the pieces in place, as you see right there, both good for Wittensoldner. And the lead is back up to 9 for the first time since 9-0. That's a key thing to note. Howard down low, goes top for Peterson. The Dukes bench is getting loud. Peterson arcs it up, too strong. Wittensoldner the rebound. Howard trying not to overcommit, only 1 foul tonight, and it really needs to stay that way for the foreseeable future. But Marlington, play your cards right, you get a big lead. High pass, Peets, her 3. Well shy, and Howard will pick it up seamlessly. And here come the Wildcats in transition. It's Hall over McCarty, and it's going to be
a charge.
Wow. A charge is called. What a job by Rosalind McCarty.
Yeah, no, that was huge defensively, but I think some props has to give out to Howard. She had another fantastic pass from her own paint to nearly the other paint.
Do you want to know why that is a huge offensive foul?
Why?
That would have only been McCarty's first foul if it was on her. Instead, it's the 4th on Anaya Hall, who has 8.
Yeah, that's a huge one.
You talk about the pendulum swinging back and forth. That pendulum, it's hanging on Marlington's side and has been for a long while now. McCarty, beautiful pass, but intercepted. There's the steal for Canton South. The question is, can it become offense? Not quite. Lily Winsolner knocks it out of bounds. Another strong block from the freshman.
Yeah, she kind of hesitated. She could have gotten the ball and let it stay in bounds, kind of hesitated. That's all right.
And here comes a change. It's Addison Witten-Solner back in the contest for Marlington, and she will replace Shelby Odie. Less than a minute on the clock in the third. Marlington establishing a sound cushion up by 9.
Yeah, huge effort from Odie out there tonight. Good to see her get a break.
And Catania nearly gets it away from Howard, and now it's Pete's getting it, but poked away by Peterson, and it goes back to Marlington. That's one of the first times that Howard has been dispossessed.
100%. She has been fantastic tonight, and there's no getting past her. You kind of saw they did finally kind of get past her.
And yet again, it's Cam Catania forcing the initial bobble.
Yeah, she's been fantastic at being able to kind of disrupt the offense of Canton South tonight.
McCarty, Howard right there, gets a piece of it, now back top. Cam Catania, an open 3. Not going to get it on the bank, but it's going to be a rebound for Witten-Solner, who falls on it, but the jump ball gives it to Canton South. Nearly had it, but lost it underneath her feet.
Yeah, just kind of a miscommunication there.
It happens all the time. You just have to be careful, especially in a game this close.
100%.
9 points, though. It's really tough to say it's a close game at this point. Now thinking about it, Canton South still getting some responses, but 9 points, given how much offense we've seen, it's tough to say that, as there is the second foul of the night on Howard, a clear over the back.
Yeah, really Marlington's really kind of just the pendulum swinging their way at this point, and that's huge for them. To get another foul on Howard.
And of course, this team is going to host a playoff game. That is really special for them. That was foul number 5.
Yeah.
So Marlington is in the bonus.
That's huge
free
for them.
throws.
That's huge.
But that game next Thursday is going to be a fun one against Cleveland Central Catholic. Of course, we got to see Mike Duncan and the men's team twice this season. The job that he did, especially with 7 guys at one point, was incredible. I'm excited to see what they have on Baxter Avenue on the girls' basketball side of things.
I think you said this before on a live stream. You said that was the greatest 7-man basketball team of all time, I think.
Give me Duncan as the coach. Those 7 guys, if you need a win, that's where you'd go.
Yeah, you said, I think when we were talking about the NEO Youth Elite, if they could only have 7 guys, they would win all the time. I think you said that.
I stand by that.
Yeah, they were fantastic. I think we saw them play against Glenville, if I'm right.
Glenville.
Yeah, and they played fantastic with 7 guys.
And to be fair, we did see Glenville then go on and beat Brunswick. Their guys came back from football, and that was key. But still, they're not city champions. In the end, Rhodes got it. Coach Sean Spencer.
Yeah.
Peterson, her mid-range, not going to be there. Howard fights for the rebound. Instead, it tips down low. No foul called there. Howard denied by the iron. Gets the rebound and puts it away.
Again, she just makes it look so effortless in the paint there, and obviously having that size just makes it easier for you.
And it's blocked out of bounds. Canton South getting scrappier as the game goes on. I really like what we're seeing from this team. You have 2.9 on the clock for Marlington. You got to catch it and you got to release. Instead, it's tipped around. Peterson at the buzzer gets it off, and it's not going to be there. Nearly another buzzer beater for Canton South, but in the end, not quite. But through 3, we got a ball game on our hands here in Alliance, Ohio. It's Marlington up 34-27 on Canton South as you are watching OHSAA basketball in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Eight minutes left to go in regulation at the Duke Dome. 34-27 your score. Marlington on top of Canton South as you are watching OHSAA basketball on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. An interesting third quarter, Matt. At the break, it was 19-16. Both offenses found some rhythm in the third quarter, but Canton South, they found that spark at the end of the third. A late basket from Howard and a strong block out of play. This team, they can make the comeback here.
Yeah, I think we've seen both teams really have the pendulum swing their way. Canton South kind of got unlucky there in the third.
Just too strong of a pass there from Odie as it goes right back to Canton South after their preliminary turnover.
Yeah, obviously, if they can get hot again, this game's going to be a really close game down the stretch.
And the key figure once again, Marlington has 2 threes made today. Canton South has 0.
Yeah, that's been huge.
This is going to be one of the most 2-point dominant performances that we have seen combined all year. And of course, it's pretty much at the end of our coverage of basketball. Had to wait until nearly mid-February. There's the steal for Shelby Odie. Yet another one for her. Up the floor, picks up Bailey Peets. Doesn't draw the foul, and Canton South will take it back. And I think both fan bases wanted a foul to be called, or at least a violation. A tough one there. Neither side satisfied. Far side, Peterson on the bounce pass. Her 3. Too long. And there's the rebound. It's going to be a push, and it's going to be on Marlington.
Yeah, just a little bit too aggressive there.
And of course, it's early on, but 18-13 on the clock over at the MAC. It is Heidelberg up 5-4 on Mount Union. But still plenty of time for Mount Union. I mean, not even 2 minutes off the clock.
Yeah, they've been fantastic this year.
On the inbound, Peterson goes far side. 7:15 left to go in regulation. Now near wing, Horning down low, and Sampson swats it out of play.
Yeah, that was a smart move to just be able to knock it out of bounds. Kind of stops Canton South's rhythm there of moving the ball around well. Kind of slows it down a little bit.
And rhythm is everything right now, especially for Canton South as they try to find answers to this Marlington defense. On the inbound in the corner, slipping inside. That mid-range is good. And Canton South is back within 5. So 34-29, Marlington now needing to answer again. Odie, a game-high 12 points for her. Now Walter. This Duke's offense hungry for more, but I like what they're doing here, trying to set up something outside the arc.
Yeah, they're just kind of slowing things down, and obviously...
And there's the move inside, and the end one again for Shelby Odie.
She's had a fantastic night. She's been able to create all around.
Her 3rd and 1 opportunity of the ball game. She's just been so strong with her finishing all season.
100%. And we've really seen a strong performance from her tonight.
Once again, a player for the future and really the now for Marlington. And once again, the and 1 free throw is good. 3 for 3 on and 1s tonight. She now has 15. Horning, far corner, that 3. Just too strong. And Canton South will have a second chance. Horning gets Odie to miss. Now top. It's Peterson. Also can't knock it down. And this one should be a jump ball that favors Marlington. And that appears to be the call. And again, you don't have Claire Howard on the floor if you're Canton South.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, kind of getting in with 2 fouls. You kind of want to save her down the stretch. Kind of be fresh, again, down the stretch for Canton South.
If Marlington takes a 10-plus point lead, you got to bring her back in. Already up by 8, you're going to run out of time if not.
100%. She's just been so dominant in the paint tonight, both offensively and defensively for Canton South.
6:05 on the clock in regulation. Walter makes her move. Peterson gets a piece, but picks up Peets in the end. Once again, the Dukes. I like what they're doing on the perimeter. At this point, slow things down a little bit more. You have the lead. Hold it. Peets driving on the far baseline. 5:45 left to go in regulation, and there is the pick for Canton South. And here comes their offense. It's Hall. The bank won't open, and it's Odie the rebound. Marlington hustling up the other end right away. And Peets has, or rather, Odie has it stripped. And here comes Canton South yet again. The pace is getting picked up for both sides, especially on the defensive end. Hall in the double team, draws the contact. Foul number 3 on the Dukes in the final frame. Only 1 more left to give.
Yeah, you obviously don't want to have 1 left to give with 5 minutes left in the game. But the speed's really picking up, and if you're Marlington, you want to slow it down.
You have the lead once again at home. You can't lose it here.
100%.
Once again, score update from the MAC right before the first media timeout. 14-9, Mount Union on top of Heidelberg. Scoters.
Scoters. Another fantastic run for them this year.
Looking to make it back all the way to that national title game where they made it a few years ago.
I was at that game. That was a tough loss.
Far side three, Hall, too strong. Rebound down low for Berkwin. The kick out tries to pick up Peterson, but Catania forces it out of bounds. Now 5:14 left to go. As you talked about slowing down this game, every time you do that, the clock does stop.
Yeah, 100%. But for Canton South, they have to pick up the pace being down. You don't have, your most dominant player out there, so you got to pick up the speed, kind of find something in that mid to 3 range.
McCarty gets the initial steal, loose ball on the deck. Canton South rips it away, and here they come 2-on-1. Whitsolner gets tall, nothing called, and it goes the other way as that one's out of bounds.
Some fantastic defense there from Whitsolner just to put her hands up.
I mean, if she just continued right through her, that would have been a clear and obvious charge.
100%. I would have liked that call. That was just smart defense there.
Less than 5 minutes on the clock in regulation. Make sure you stick with us after we go final, as we will announce our SmeeSports player of the game, and that'll be after our final commercial break. Catania at the top, 4:35 left to play. Drives inside and draws the foul. Free throws again for the Marlington Dukes. They have pretty much lived at the line tonight.
Yeah, it's huge for them. You would like those free points. Yeah, Catania and Odie, both freshmen. That's huge. You get 3 more years of them, and they both have played fantastically.
First of 2 for Catania, no good. But that big 3 of guards, Peets, Catania, and Odie, that's going to be big next year. You bring back Lillian Wittensolner. Walter, who's in the starting lineup, of course, does come back. Beyond that, you pretty much get a quote-unquote new player, as Chloe Evanich is going to be healthy for next season.
Yeah, and that'd be huge for her to come back for this Marlington team.
Both no good for Catania, but we saw what she did for Coach Tortola and that volleyball team.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to be back, and she is going to be ready to go.
Yeah, and she's going to be fired up.
And we're excited to see Marlington volleyball again in action. Hall's mid-range not going to be there, and an excellent box out down low for Rosalind McCarty.
Yeah, we've seen Claire Howard come back into this game for Canton South. Now what can you do with 4 minutes left?
Whitsolner at the timeline, tumbles over the basketball, keeps possession, and there's the timeout for Coach Strumpel. He has gotten so comfortable as he's grown into the head coaching role, calling those timeouts strategically.
Yeah, obviously he's gelled well with the girls. There's very good communication. I would say communication and chemistry there, and he knows his players really well.
And going back to his tenure as the head coach at Holy Name High School for the girls basketball team, Chris Pichidi, I would say his strongest trait as the head coach was his ability to call timeouts in those tough spots to keep possession with his team. And, of course, the last game of his tenure, a 63-19 loss. Take a guess where he played it.
Ooh. I'm going to guess here.
A random Tuesday night. I made the hour and 15-minute drive out here to cover that game.
Wow. That was a good guess for me.
Claire Coljohn opened the game with a 3, and then from there it was quite bad for the Namers.
Wow.
Evanich, I believe, had 30. And that was her last home game as a Duke, I'm pretty sure.
Good to show out last home game.
I was warned before the game, you're going to call her name a lot. Be ready. And, well, I was.
Yeah, obviously not a good one for you, but good one for the viewers.
If you'd have told me then that I would have covered this Marlington girls basketball program as much as I have the last 2 years, I wouldn't have believed it. But we're happy to be here. When it's all said and done, including the playoff game next Thursday, we will have done all but one home game for them this season. And that night, A, it was winter break for us, and B, we had Holy Name and CVCA.
Yeah, this has been a fantastic venue here. It's really a great gym. And Marlington, I think we've seen them really grow this year. There's been so much growth for them.
And they're excellent hosts, of course.
Yeah, 100%.
And a lot of that comes down to Coach Nick Strompel here, along with Athletic Director Scott Steyer.
Yeah, they've both been excellent.
Great to us all the way around, and we're really grateful for Marlington to welcome us in once again this year. It's year number 2 of our coverage here, of course, in partnership with Channel 1022. 3:50 on the clock in regulation, and Whitsolner will fall on it for the jump ball, but it goes right back to Canton South. And I'll say this, in our coverage of Marlington, we have seen Marlington play Canton South once before, and that was boys basketball last year on Senior Day. And that was a strong win for the Dukes at home by 5, I believe. But 3:45 left to play in regulation. Canton South is down by 8. I think you got to find a way to get Howard involved down low.
100%.
Instead, it's Peterson's three. Air ball down low, and it's Witten-Solner picking up the pieces. Once again, you got to try to find a way to pick up Howard there. Catania flies that one forward, and it's going to be a foul trying to get possession back.
Yeah, it looked like just an elbow.
So now down to 3:28 left to play, and we have not had much in the offensive end.
No, that's all right. We've seen some really great defense tonight.
And that is the fourth foul of the game on Ava Nolan, the senior.
Yeah, it looks like Canton South's got 2 players with 4 now.
Yes, they do.
Yes, that's getting some foul trouble. They've got, again, 1 more to give, just like Marlington.
And that's key, especially if this does become a fouling game. If you're Marlington, make a 3 here, take your biggest lead of the night, and that might be enough to seal the win. As long as Marlington can't score, Canton South does have a chance. Odie getting shifty. To the corner, it's Peets, but knocked out of bounds by Peterson. Another strong attempt by the sophomore in the corner. And you look at Canton South, they do have some underclassmen starting. They'll be a young group again next year, but more experience, and that's the key.
Yeah,
Catania off behind, it's Odie, and she's going to settle.
Yeah, actually, having experience getting them to your younger players is huge.
Catania's 3 off the mark. Gordon the rebound. Canton South has to find some offense here. That's a non-negotiable.
Yeah, 100%.
Find a basket from somewhere and get that on your resume at this point in the game.
I think you got to go through Howard here, too.
It's Hall, far side. And once again, Howard not playing inside the paint. Now in the corner, far pass near side, another beautiful dish, and the 3 is good.
Wow.
What a pass by Howard. It's a 5-point game just like that.
She really is the quarterback for this team. Her passing is elite.
Now Marlington, more pressure on them to find an offensive answer. Peach trapped in the corner. It's Peterson, the defense. Catania, 2:15 on the clock. Down low, Witten-Solner, she boots it, and it's Peterson picking it up. The Wildcats are off to the races. Peterson driving inside, through traffic, denied by the lower iron, and picked up by Rosalind McCarty. That would have been a massive basket, making it a 1-possession game. Marlington out wide. Bailey Peets thought about the 3, hesitates in the end, tipped away by Peterson, no foul called. And Odie will reside with the basketball right at the M. 1:45 left to play in regulation. This one is going to be a very, very tight finish all the way around. Odie goes down low, Witten-Solner from the elbow. Odie, loose ball, picks it up in the end on the stumble. Marlington drawing this clock quite well. You might have to foul soon.
Yeah, you have to foul now.
And there it is. You had to over-exaggerate it there to get the foul call. That is the 4th on Canton South. No more left to give.
Yeah, and that's going to be big around the run here. You have 1:26 left, and you're going to go to the bonuses now.
And a timeout called, or a full timeout, as both sides need one more opportunity to talk things over. 1:26 left to play in regulation. Marlington hanging on, up by 5. With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts. One more time in regulation, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts in the Cleveland or Stark County area, contact us at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. Thank you to Heather Prince of Howard Hanna, along with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance, our streaming partner, for making tonight's telecast possible. 1:26 left to play in regulation. 37-32, a tight one here at Marlington High School. Canton South, no more fouls to give. Do you foul here quickly?
I think you have to. Marlington's really slowed the game down. You have to foul.
It's Witten-Solner on the inbound, back to Addison Witten-Solner. And the clock is going to run here. 1:20 left to go, and it's poked away. A big steal for Canton South. Their chance is good, and it's an and one.
That works too.
Now a 3-point game and a chance to cut the deficit to 2.
Strumpel's not very happy about that one.
And it's number 20 once again. A chance for a three-point play. I mean, out of nowhere, this Canton South team right back in it. There's still a chance we see OT as well. The end one is no good. Whitselner fights for the rebound, can't bring it in. It's a free possession. A three would tie it here for Canton South. Down low, it's Hall. Bounce pass Gordon, high tip. Hall driving inside, hooks it up. Not going to be there. Gordon the rebound, goes up again. Again, it's too long. Tips out wide. Peterson in the corner, drives inside. Now Gordon, less than a minute on the clock, goes up for it. Can't get it to fall, but it's a foul.
So close to that and one there. So close.
This is going to be a very stressful finish for both sets of fans.
I'm stressed for them.
No surprise there. So 2 big free throws coming up. Maybe the biggest 2 of the game so far.
You at least need to get one to fall.
And it's not there. Gordon, no good.
Like I said, you got to get one to fall. Just make this a 2-point game. You got to foul quick.
0 for 3 at the line so far tonight, though. And that's the key issue. Gordon trying to break even. Won't get it to go. Loose ball, and it's going to be Odie picking it up. And it's a loose ball. Once again, Canton South had a chance to pick it up, and it goes to Marlington. It just hit off of somebody's shin.
Timeout, White.
Coach Schrampel, he wants to talk things over as well, but Matt, we are getting treated to one heck of a finish tonight, albeit a slow one.
Yeah, it's been a slow game, but that's been all right. We've seen some great defense. We've seen some great movement. Both teams just have not been lucky tonight.
I mean, you look at that 37-29 scoreline. We had that for just so long. Marlington has barely scored in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, they just haven't seemed to be able to get it going on the offensive side of the ball.
I believe they have only 3 points in the fourth quarter.
That's kind of unbelievable from what we've seen.
They got to find a way to expand the offense, which right now I feel like that is just too late to do. Unless we hit OT, then of course you have to. But if this game is to end in regulation, Matt, it's going to be on free throws most likely. Or a buzzer beater for Canton South.
Yeah, I could see both, or we could see Marlington just get lucky here.
I'll tell you what, if Canton South somehow finds a way to walk this off with a buzzer beater, their fans are going to go crazy.
I'd go crazy for them. They've really hustled. They've been down 9 twice and have really clawed it back.
Clean inbound from Marlington. Now the trap. Odie. Can she get some help? No, it's booted away. Here comes Canton South. Down low, the contact. No foul called. It's loose in the paint. Picked up by Hall, and she gets fouled. It's free throws again for the Wildcats. And Anaya Hall tiptoeing around. 4 fouls tonight. Had to be careful. Instead, she draws the foul.
Yeah, that's huge. You don't want her to foul out, especially right now with Howard being on Canton South's bench.
And that's key. First for Hall is clean. And it's a 2-point game. 37-35.
2 points is very manageable for this Canton South team.
It definitely is. You make this one, it's a 1-point game. No matter what they do, you have a chance to answer and tie it up on the opposite end.
Yeah, put some pressure on Marlington now.
And both are good. 37-36, both sides still 2 timeouts. That is key to note. I think we're going to see a lot of timeouts potentially. Odie does get it over the timeline. She will turn it around, and she is going to get fouled. It's going to be free throws here for Shelby Odie. 31.2 on the clock.
She going to the line?
There is one issue, though, with Canton South right now if they go down by 3. What is that issue?
You haven't made a 3 yet tonight.
Correct. But all eyes on Shelby Odie. You really have to knock down both. First is good.
You've at least made it a 2-point lead for Marlington. That's huge.
They can't take the lead with a field goal then. It would have to be a 3.
Yeah. And that's huge. And now we're seeing Howard sub back in for probably the biggest moment of the game.
And it could be her just down low, if this is no good, dominating.
And that would be a great answer.
And it's no good. It's a 2-point game. And here come the Canton South Wildcats. A chance for the lead. The 3. Not going to be there. Winstoner tries to let it go out of bounds. It's brought back in, but the foot was out.
That was so close. That would have, if that would have been in, I think I would have gone electric there.
Why didn't they drive it? That's my question.
I don't know.
The defense has been great. I'll give them that. You had a drive there. That was your chance. Odie nearly coffin quartered. Witten-Soldner up top. Pete, high pass McCarty. Only one player to beat, and she does. It's Marlington up by 4.
Yeah, that's some huge points there just to beat the press.
10 seconds left to go. Gordon's 3 is good. It's a 1-point game. 4.3 on the clock. Timeout, Canton South.
Wow.
Hang on a minute. For a second, it looked like McCarty iced it, but Canton South back within it now. I mean, I am impressed with that 3.
Yeah, that was a huge 3. Make it a 1-point game. You've given yourself a shot with 4.3 seconds left.
An electric 3 there for Gordon. You got to foul instantly.
Yeah, 100%.
Work at the ball back and try to go for the win. That trap has been great, but you have to decide, okay, how much pressure do we put? You're not going to get it with a backcourt violation, 10-second violation. You don't have that much time. You got to force a mistake or foul instantaneously.
Yeah, there's no either or for Canton South right now.
And once again, if Marlington makes both there, you have a timeout to use. It'd be a 3-point game. You'd have to hit a 3, and that would force overtime.
Yeah, obviously for Canton South, if you do foul, you kind of want to get lucky and have Marlington miss whoever's shooting both of their free throws. And I think Marlington's been pretty good at their 3 throws from what we've seen. So there's no guarantee.
And they added time, 5.5 on the clock. An extra 0.6 was added.
Could you see that be the difference even?
It could. And it goes back to buzzer beaters. You go back to the one in the first quarter and then the one that was missed in the third. Every little thing is going to be scrutinized after this game from both teams.
Yeah, obviously there's a lot of positives for both teams, but there's some things to fix.
You got to be clean here. 5.5 on the clock. Marlington to inbound, running out of time. And a timeout is called. That's the right call. 1 left to go for Coach Strumpel. Nobody was open. You don't put up a jump ball there.
No, it's too risky.
And they could do it again if they wanted to. Man, I kind of want to see overtime just given how this game has played out.
Yes, so do I.
Do we want to see more basketball from this one?
Yeah.
And once again, just given how this game started, a 9-0 run for Marlington. All the credit in the world to Canton South for getting back in it.
Yeah, I don't think we've expected the game just with how slow the start was. Both teams, I'll give them a lot of credit. They've really figured out offensively what they're doing. Both of the teams have been playing some excellent defense, and there's been a lot of really great performances despite, both teams making lots of mistakes.
Once again, Marlington is 8-12. Canton South is 8-13.
Yeah.
Small margins. That was what was expected tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say, records might not tell the full story, and I don't think it tells the full story for this Marlington team, but tonight it really has. Both teams, it's not been a one-sided game at any point. It's been a game of runs.
It definitely has been, especially given how this game started.
Yeah.
40-39 Marlington hanging on by a thread. Can they seal it here? 5.5 on the clock. Attempt to get the ball in. They pick up Odie, and she is going to get fouled. They drew a lot of extra clock off. They have 2.9 there. I'm kind of surprised that they didn't call it sooner. Could they reassess it at time?
I think so, potentially. Let's see what Schrompel's cooking.
And that was the 5th foul on Hall. So
Yeah.
she is done.
Yeah, it's a huge loss.
And I think they're going to confirm she has 5 fouls, and then I think this is where you're going to add time. So that's the big question. How much do you put back on? And, of course, if you're Canton South and Odie misses 1, you're going to call an instant timeout.
Yeah, I think you can't add more than a second here, to be honest with you.
If they add time, 3.5 is fair?
Yeah, I think 3.5 would be fair.
It looks like they're not going to.
Yeah, I am a little surprised by that.
Odie's first is no good. So you got to connect here.
Yeah, you have to at least get this.
If not, it's Canton South, your best play, period.
Yeah, they're putting back in Howard. She's been an excellent passer, really a quarterback. She could really chuck it down the court quick for hopefully an open Canton South player.
Here's Odie's second. It is good. It will fall. They won't use the timeout. Howard up the floor. There's the timeout. 1.6 to go.
Yeah, that was a little bit. You saw Howard down here. She was really yelling at it. She wanted it quicker, I thought.
I mean, that was the most aggressive timeout call, but you had to know the urgency there. And now this could be a spot once again. You add time, but I don't think so.
No, 100% you don't here. With 1.6, you really need a 2 here at a minimum.
You go for it. It goes back to an Ohio State game from this season against UNC. Down by 2, but you take that long 3.
I don't think you go for it. I think with your odds tonight, with how you've been shooting, both teams have been shooting 3, play for overtime. It's smarter to play for overtime. Just let them duke it out.
Who inbounds? Who gets it?
I think Claire Howard's got to get the ball.
Honestly, there's a chance that if she goes up for it, even if she misses, she gets fouled.
Yeah, and that would be huge.
At that same time, for Coach Strumpel, hands straight up. You can't give them anything.
You can't give him anything. I think with Howard's size, she's probably going to get it here, I'd imagine.
They will have to inbound, though, behind the timeline, and that is going to be key. 41-39, Marlington up by 2. This is going to do it. Horning to inbound for Canton South. One last chance for the Wildcats. There's the high pass. Howard for the win. She's got it! Claire Howard knocks it down, and Canton South has locked it up! Unbelievable! What a win for the Wildcats! Down 9-0 to begin, and they come back to get the win!
Holy cow. That was electric. That was huge.
Claire Howard ends the night with 12. Nobody better than 35 to give the ball to there.
Yeah, that's devastating for Marlington. They've played really well all night. Wow. I'm speechless.
Unbelievable from Canton South. They walked in the trap and took over the trap.
Yeah, we've got someone's mom out. Yeah, that's devastating for Marlington. I'm still speechless.
As we regather, what a win for Canton South. 42-41, we step aside, and when we return, it's a formality, but we will officially say our player of the game presented by SmeeSports. You are watching the OHSAA on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. Claire Howard once again, my goodness.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Welcome back to Marlington High School. Your final score tonight, 42-41. Canton South gets the win on a buzzer beater. What a way to win the game. As we send things back upstairs to the press box, I am Nathan Smee. Alongside me tonight, Matt Tilth. Your player of the game, presented by SmeeSports, is Claire Howard. Dominant in the paint. And oh, by the way, when it matters most, she can shoot the 3-ball.
She was the most dominant player out there, in my opinion, tonight. Her size made her an absolute threat in the paint. And that was the biggest difference tonight is for Canton South, you got to control the paint. And Marlington didn't really seem to be able to be comfortable kind of moving it around to find space tonight. And Howard just a brick wall.
Once again, you kind of got to pinch yourself. Did we just witness that?
I'm speechless. I'm still trying to find words.
When you're here, we have absolute bangers, it seems.
Yeah, it's always mayhem when I'm here for some reason.
You're coming on Saturday for sure now at this point. Ava and Sadie and them, they can wait.
They might not like that, but that's all right.
I mean, my goodness. We got to talk about Marlington here, especially Shelby Odie. She had a game-high 17 points. Outside of that, Pete's had 8, 2 for McCarty, 4 for Catania, 2 for Walter, 6 for Witten Solner, 17, of course, for Odie, and 2 for Gabby Sampson. They're so unlucky not to win tonight.
No, they played excellently, and I got to give a lot of credit to Catania and Odie, your 2 freshman guard. They were really, really good. they played a game where both of them really got some steals kind of in that game and were able to really dominate kind of transitioning. I think that was huge.
Now Canton South. Take a deep breath once again.
I'm still speechless.
You had 3 players in double figures. Number 20 had 10. We still don't have a name. Hopefully we will have that once we go down for post-game interviews. Anaya Hall had 10. Claire Howard had 12. I mean, was that the shot of the season?
Yeah.
And she is going nuts down below. We're going to put the camera on that. I mean, that's what it's all about. That is honestly what high school sports are all about right there. Running to her family and celebrating. What a night for her. She earned it.
Yeah, 100%. She was incredible. I give her that shot was electric.
What a way to close out the regular season for Canton South. If Keystone's watching, what a salvo to enter the OHSAA tournament. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and TikTok, SmeeSports LLC on Facebook and LinkedIn, and SmeeFest 2024 on Twitter. As well, go down below and subscribe while there is no added cost. It greatly helps out all that we do here at SmeeSports as we cover the best of the Cleveland and the Stark County areas. As well, if you want to advertise with us, information is on your screen on how you can do that. Rest of the week, Friday, a doubleheader starting at 6 p.m. with a SmeeSports pregame show, followed by Alliance Canfield and Padua Holy Name. Both games tipping off at 7. Then on Saturday, it is for the EBC Championship game. Hopefully, Matt will join me once again as Alliance welcomes in West Branch. Should be a fun one. But that'll do it for us tonight here at Marlington High School. Going down 9-0 early. The offense wasn't there, but Canton South finds a way to win. The Cardiac Wildcats get the job done, 42-41 over Marlington. For Matt Tilth, I am Nathan Smee saying so long from the Duke Dome, and we will see you again next time. This has been OHSAA Basketball on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. Thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you again next time.